Welcome to a Vanguard news video without the bullshit. Let's get started. Bushiroad International social media channel seems to have omitted to post any DTB07 card reveals earlier, thus making me speculate that we English players may not be getting them. It's either that, or they don't want to butcher any card names like what I'm about to do. Gokotai Kiwame when place on rear guard, lets you pay 1 counter blast if you have a grade 3 or higher Vanguard, to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, then put them back on top in any order, and you put the rest to the bottom of your deck. When I said that Talcon Ranbu felt like you're just playing Keta Sanctuary, I didn't think Bushiroad would have taken it seriously. Imano Tsurugi Kiwame while on rear guard, lets you pay 1 soul blast when he boost, to give your Vanguard 5k power. This unit also gets 5k power if you chose an Iwatoshi unit with this ability. And while on rear guard, while you're at 3 or more damage, you can retire himself at the end of the battle he boosted, to countercharge 1 damage. For those wondering, Iwatoshi is that guy who likes to copy Vermilion. Kasen Kanesada Kiwame Sentou, while on Vanguard or rear guard is also regarded as Kasen Kanesada Kiwame. While on Vanguard, you can put a card with the same name as him on rear guard or hand into your soul, or pay 1 counter blast if you persona road this turn, to get 10k power and an extra drive check. And while on Vanguard, your opponent must call 3 or more cards at the same time to the Guardian Circle from hand, if they wish to guard when he attacks, while you have 2 or more grade 3 Kasen Kanesada cards in your soul. Guess you won't be playing any Crest card, if this is your husbando sword boy. Shoku Daikiri Mitsutada Kiwame while on rear guard, gets 5k power when he attacks, while your Vanguard has 23k or more power. And while on rear guard, you can pay 1 soul blast when your grade 3 or higher Kasen Kanesada Vanguard attacks with 33k or more power, to stand himself. Did we go into a parallel universe where the boss has to be the one who meets their employees' requirements in order for them to start working? Here are Talcon Ranbu's obligatory effect triggers which will make every other nation player furious as they can easily get them all in one booster set. Shichiseiken is Talcon Ranbu's new over trigger whose additional effects lets you either give your Vanguard an extra crit and drive check, or give one of your rear guard the ability to perform drive check and get an extra crit. Let me get this straight, the 6 original nations in the D series are still locked behind their original over triggers with the option of using the Cray elemental ones, whereas this collab nation gets a second over trigger for no apparent reason. Bushiroad is just adding fuel to the fire of players hating both over triggers and Sword Boy Nation. Bushiroad, in order to not fully alienate their player base this week, finally reveals the missing cards for each nation deck set in DSS 06 to DSS 08. Knight of Soaring Refinement Dyfn while on rear guard, gives 5k power to an attacking grade 3 or higher unit in your center column, if you have a Graham Grace Vanguard. And while on the front row rear guard, you can pay 1 counter blast when he attacks, while you have a Graham Grace Vanguard and your units in the center column attack 2 or more times this turn, to get 15k power. I hope the person who designed Internalize Mage see this, because this is how you fucking cook for a deck set. Purgatory Baron Hrodis while on rear guard, lets you put himself into your soul at the end of the battle he attacked a Vanguard, while you have a Favranil Vanguard, to retire one of your opponent's rear guards. And while in your soul, you can bind himself, and pay 1 discard at the beginning of your ride phase and you have a Favranil Vanguard, to activate Persona Ride, but you cannot Persona Ride with other card effects, or ride this turn. Just when I thought these new deck sets are going to be evenly matched, they gave Favranil a card that is now mandatory in their builds, and solved its limitations. Finally, Polarxis Dragon when place on rear guard, lets you pay 1 soul blast if you have an Orphist Vanguard, to put a world set order that has a different name from the cards in your order zone from your drop zone into your order zone. And when it's put from your drop zone from rear guard or hand during your battle phase, you can draw a card if your world is Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight. Did Bushiroad just give Orphist players away to play Overcoming an Eternity on their grade to ride turn for 1 less soul blast? Shadow Army Rush just got more annoying. And that concludes this Vanguard news video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments how Stoicheia and Lyrical Monasteria are the only nations to not get a second deck set.